Back when I was on the national karate team, I spent over 16 years competing at the highest level. We were traveling from tournament to tournament, representing our country, staying disciplined, doing everything right. But there was one problem. We were not getting paid. Sure, the federation covered travel most of the times and hotel, but that didn't pay for food, gear, recovery, or the everyday stuff we needed to live. I didn't know how to get sponsors, I didn't know how to ask, and no one around me had a clue either. So we chased the obvious options: local martial arts stores, supplement companies, small nutrition brands. I always went for what I could see, but I never knew the steps to go deeper. That's exactly why I care so much about this now. Today I worked with hundreds of fighters and athletes as the former league president of Karate Combat, and I've seen who gets paid, who gets stuck, and who builds something lasting. Here is what I can tell you. The athletes who make the most money aren't always the ones who are the most talented. They are the ones who know how to turn their name into a brand and their knowledge into income. So if you want to stay in the game long term and avoid living fight to fight, here is 3 practical ways to start getting paid outside the ring. You don't need to wait for a fight to pitch a sponsor. Sponsors want visibility and association. If you're training, posting consistently, and living the martial artist's lifestyle, you already have something that's really valuable. So start here. Create a one-pager sponsor deck. Use a tool like Canva or even Google Slides and include a short intro of your martial arts background, your fight record or training achievements, and some high-quality photos of your training or competing, your social media following and engagement, and also what you're offering. Maybe you're offering story mentions, gym content, branded videos. Reach out to 10 to 15 local businesses. Think recovery clinics, coffee shops, gear brands, or anything which you think can be connected to wellness or sport. Offer a clear package. Something like $250 or $500 per month for shout outs, 2 posts, and 1 branded video. Lock in just 2 sponsors and you've already got $500 to $1,000 a month following without changing anything on your day-to-day routine. You don't need to be a world champion to start teaching. For example, at my local BJJ gym, I have a few guys who compete regularly, and one of them decided to show up an hour earlier at the gym and teach private classes. It turns out that he's good at it, so now he's planning his first seminar. You've been through camps, you've fought, you've got experienced people who won. Most martial artists, even those just getting started, have something valuable to share. Pick a topic you feel confident about. For example, striking fundamentals, butterfly guard. Let's say you do an crazy Kizami Gyakutsuki if you're doing karate. Teach that. If you're a wrestler, do something with a good single leg takedown or a double leg. How to stay focused through training plateaus, tournament preparation and mental toughness, flexibility and warm-up routines. How to land your first sponsorship. Host it at your gym or partner with a local space. Run a 90-minute to 2-hour session, price it at $50 to $100 per person. Promote it through Instagram, your gym's mailing list, and word of mouth. With just 15 attendees at $75, you walk away with over $1,000 for a single afternoon of teaching. You also build trust, credibility, and authority in your local scene. That reputation will pay off in any ways you can predict. This is the most overlooked move, but it can change your whole game. You already have knowledge that others want, just you haven't packaged it yet. Start with something specific, small. Ideas like a PDF guide to cutting weight, a fight camp checklist, a digital meal plan, conditioning routine for martial artists, your weekly training. And here's how to make it happen. Write it out in Google Docs. Design a clean layout in Canva. Upload it to Gumroad or Payhip. Create a checkout link and you're good to go. Promote it on Instagram with a few posts and stories each week. Price it around $27 to $37. If just 20 people buy it, that's $540. And you only had to create it once. This is what we call a digital asset. You can keep selling it forever. You can bundle it later. You can build a whole product line around it. Looking back, I wish someone had pulled me aside and told me all this when I was competing full time. Not just how to throw a better jab or build cardio, but how to think like a professional. How to create value from my journey. How to build something that gave me freedom, options, and financial stability. And that's why I'm breaking this down now. You don't have to be famous to get paid. You don't need 50,000 followers to start. You need to treat yourself like it matters. Because it does. I've helped martial artists do all three of the things I shared with you in this video. To help even more people, I wrote an ebook called Get Paid to Fight, a 66-page manual on how to make money outside the fighting. I'll leave the link in the description. And the ones who took it seriously are still in the game, not burned out, not broke, not stuck, waiting for the next fight to pay the bills. If you want this life, treat it like a business, keep showing up, but build systems that pay you back. You've already done the hard work. Now it's time to get paid. If this helped you see the bigger picture, hit the subscribe button. I break down the business side of combat sports every single week, and if you want to dive deeper into any of these strategies, download my free fighter strategy playbook here at the description or drop a comment below. I read every single one of them.